We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with MMAT MMTLP Inc. And we're also going to cover in today's video Torchlight preferred shares of MMTLP and what's going on within their charts. MMTLP held up a lot stronger than MMAT, and we're going to cover that in today's video. But it wasn't the only stock falling. The overall market fell as well. And our SPY bot at 9:35 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, the outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of our growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with MMAT completing the full transition here on 42 vision from the rip area to the dip area. And we need to talk about this because we have not seen a dip area since way back here on November 9th and the 10th. But before we break it all down and see what the inflow versus outflow is showing, I would like to share with you guys the home run opportunities that were mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity of the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of our growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the first home run was from our Tesla bot. Our Tesla bot sent out a bear indicator at 9:35 a.m. And from that moment forward, the outflows continued to stay below the midpoint. They crossed to the downside, pure weakness on 42 vision, and put options went up 300% plus within an hour, guys. And our second home run was PXMD. We caught this one in the pre-market sitting sideways, and it got a bull indicator, full strength there towards the bell. And after the bell, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, and it hit a highest point of 20% plus, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity over the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with MMAT Snack MetaMaterials Inc. hitting a full transition here into a dip area as we stated earlier in the video. If it's your first time coming across the channel, the dip areas on 42 vision is white with red borders, as you see right there. And the rip areas is when you see bright green, and then the transitions happen from the top back to the bottom, and it allows us to see the dips from the rips. And in today's video, we're going to look at what's going on here with the bull and bear indicators in the inflow versus outflow, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to the bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with MMAT stock under a bear indicator and completing the transition after trying to come back up under yesterday's bull indicator and coming right back down to a dip area at newer lows here, right? And slowly going in a downward trend, and the outflow started to dominate today again on the 30-minute. I had stated in yesterday's video, I was going to watch these inflow versus outflows very carefully, because even though those inflows picked back up here towards the second half of the day, it was a very close one there and very close to the midpoint. And all it took was one bear indicator to cancel this out, and outflows crossing over to start pulling things back down and start reflecting pretty quickly into the chart. Not only that, but on the 30-minute, we were seeing that. And on the 15-minute, you could see here, yes, it was above, but the outflows had began, and the outflows crossed over today right into the bell. And after the bell, a bear indicator popped up and a full transition there from the rip to the dip. And in yesterday's price action, it showed us how it went from the dip to the rip in a very fast pace here on the 30-minute, followed by that bull indicator and the inflows picking up. And before that, it had done a full transition from a rip area to a dip area back on the 16th. It re-hit that area, almost like double bottoming there, found support, bounced off of it, and quickly has lost traction here within today's volatility. So let's talk about some key levels here on the charts. But before we do, let's look at MMTLP, Torchlight Preferred Shares. So Torchlight Preferred Shares did a full transition here as well yesterday on the 17th and 16th. It has completed a transition from the rip to the dip areas here and fighting to bring itself back up. And we're going to break down some supports here and resistance, and the inflow versus outflow is battling there within the volatility and sideways action on the 15-minute, on the 30-minute. It's the same thing, sideways action, but inflows are trying to dominate here. As you zoom in, you could see it there. It's above the midpoint, so that's going to be critical for it to actually start to pull away from it, so that this strength here and this slight staircase effect can start pulling upwards with strength, right? But right now, it's still under a bear indicator, and it's going to take a bull indicator to get canceled, and then we have to see what's going on with the inflows. Now, on the 1 hour here, you could see the inflows just crossed for the first time today towards the second half of the day since these outflows crossed on the 16th. Still under a bear indicator as well. It's going to take a lot more strength for this staircase effect to continue, right? So let's go ahead and talk about the key levels I'm watching here. The first thing is support at 860. And then the lows down here of 840 from yesterday. If that gets broken through, the next support is $8. Now the resistance here, the first one is $9. And then the high of the day today, as things were trying to pick up here at 924, which is where that bear indicator popped up near 920. That will be a critical area to continue this staircase effect with strength, and that these inflows continue to pick up to the upside, and this bear indicator in the possible move up gets canceled by a bull indicator. And if that gets broken through 920, the next level to watch is 950. Those are the key levels right now to the upside and to the downside for Torchlight Preferred Shares of MMTLP. Now on MMAT, I'm going to be watching here on the 30-minute. The first support is the low of the day today around the 160s, and then below that is down here towards around 145, 150 area to see if the bulls try to pick back up and go ahead and pull themselves up if it was to go to that area or that low, right? Because it is under a bear indicator right now, and we're below the midpoint, and the longer it stays below it, the longer the bears are in control and dominating over the chart. You could see that the two most significant drops that have happened in the last 3 days is the last two times that the outflows have crossed, right? You could see it right there. And when they start to dominate and pull away from the midpoint, those drops tend to happen, right? Because yesterday, yes, the outflows were dominating. That was what was holding up the stock. But since inflows were trying to fight, once they finally crossed back up, things started to reflect in the charts. So I'm going to be watching these inflow versus outflows very carefully and see if these inflows could pick up here going into Monday, and if it could get itself back up towards 172, and in the process cancel this bear indicator, get a bull indicator to the upside, and then the next resistance is up here at the highs from yesterday of 185, and then you could start talking about 190 and higher levels above that, because a lot of people are looking forward to the possibility of MMAT crossing $2 before the end of this month. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. Do you think we can reach $2? It almost reached it up here, and it rejected at around 198. But could it get itself back up there? That's going to be very pivotal and important here with these inflows versus outflows and bull and bear indicators, and what type of strength the 1 hour has, because the 1 hour has been below the midpoint since the 16th within all this volatility. This bear indicator has been dominating, and yesterday when it tried bringing itself back up, it rejected, and it's still below it. So we want to see these inflows pick back up to the upside and hopefully get enough momentum to cross over it, because once those inflows pick up, especially on the 1 hour, followed by a bull indicator, not signifying that it's guaranteed to do this same exact move, but something similar is always possible, because look what happened the last time with these inflows picking up. Not guaranteed to make the same exact move, right? But we want to see inflows pick back up, cross back over the midpoint, cancel this bear indicator, get a bull indicator to imply possible further strength. And the more those inflows pick up, the more strength can actually start to reflect into the chart. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.